one. This in the back for now. I'll go back to that. Tomorrow, probably.
The numbers will tell you that. I haven't exactly managed your career code. Normally I like giving them out to have 27 of them, but when you're trying to score right, then I'm going to score one run. So first and second, nobody out in a critical game, or today receiver, we have a tough matchup. Like, just trying to score a run. It's not always that game up and out. Yesterday you could just tell there wasn't a lot of neither team was going to get 3 hits in a row. So it felt like the right opportunity. Obviously Jake said in spring training to him, you're going to have to use the bunt at some point and take your time with us. And it turned out to be true here in late May. And, we tried to, there's so much pressure on Robbie Grossman. He hit first pitch fastball, got a fly ball to center field. It makes it all look perfect. But you don't see it a ton of safety. But when it happens and it helps you, it reminds you that you can win in different ways. Don't just have to do it on numbers.
We've talked a lot about the different contrasts of wins and losses, and we saw one on Friday night with Miguel Cabrera hitting the grand slam. Saturday we saw not just him but Candelario up with the bases loaded. I believe it was the 7th inning, and they both took a called third strike. It happened again this week. And how frustrating is that as a batter, but also as a manager, knowing that those guys aren't going up there to take pitches? You get fooled at times, but you have that opportunity. How frustrating is that moment?
Yeah, one out, bases loaded, empty at bat is probably the worst feeling as a player and as a manager. Just because you feel like contact's your friend, you're gonna create some action. So the one out ones I agonize over. But the 2 out base hit with the bases loaded, obviously you all want to come through and you want to get a good pitch. Sometimes you get a little locked out, but the runner on third, less than 2 outs, whether that's the bases loaded or second and third only, those are gut punches to the opportunities that you have. So, as a manager, you can preach and give yourself as many opportunities as you can. If you're going to preach that, you got to live a little bit with the roller coaster of not getting it done. But the one out lack of execution, I think all of us can agree, is the one that stings the most. Because contact more than likely to lead to a run. Not always. You play the other side plays defense too. And so you want contact.
Last night you elected to go Fulmer 8th inning, Soto 9th inning. How do you decide? Is it just feel, or how that works?
Yeah, it's been matchup for me. Maybe it's just me and I'm being stubborn, but I don't want to call a closer, because if you call one guy a closer and not the other, then a situation like that last night will come up. At the bottom of the order, they were pretty right-handed, and being fully transparent, Jose Ramirez was coming up in that inning, or most likely to come up in that inning. I think he was batting 4th. So I didn't want him batting right-handed. So it kind of created a Fulmer first. And had we got out of that situation, I was considering sitting Fulmer out for the night just for one hitter, so that Jose Ramirez doesn't bat right-handed, he bats left-handed. Now, he's no easy out when he's hitting left-handed, but that really generated the decision was how we were going to attack that portion of the lineup with Luflo, Cesar Hernandez, Luflo, and ultimately Jose Ramirez. In the next inning, it was going to set up perfectly for Soto to have 2 of the first 3 hitters were going to be left-handed. Now he walked the leadoff hitter,
which he does a lot.
Yeah, he negated a little bit of the strategy, but that was at least the thinking, and that's how it's gone about it with those 2 guys in the back end.
You had a streak at the end of May, or the end of April, the beginning of May, and you were able to stop that losing streak with an extra inning win against Boston. Last night, you were able to stop a 4-game skid with a tough-fought victory and producing your own run there at the end of the game. How important is it to be able to fight through and get some of those wins to stop a skid, and then get production and wins that follow?
No, we need to win more games. I mean, if you look at the overall record, we're not happy with the record, and even how we've gotten there. We got a lot of areas in the organization to get better and play better and just produce better. The key, I think, for me, is the brand of baseball that we're of baseball we played in April was significantly different. We're going to be in a tough stretch. We face Beaver today, Garrett Cole tomorrow. I think Corbin Burns is going to pitch on Monday. And so you go into these situations, you have to understand, like, you're in for a fight. Like, you're going to have to figure it out, whether it's 1-0 win last night, or how are we going to produce, multiple runners on base in the next few nights. And but the belief and the morale and the can-do has to be part of your DNA. And I think that's the culture that we're trying to produce here. Like, okay, yeah, it's tough. We got to figure it out. We're not going to concede to losing. And when you lose 3, 4, 5 in a row, the mentality shifts, the energy shifts, the angst in the stands shifts. And it's important for us to get back up. Kind of use that coaches, like, get back on the horse and get after it, because it's not going to get easier tomorrow. And today could be the day that changes everything. Yesterday we had a nice 1-0 win. Kind of sleep fast. Get up this morning. We faced Beaver at 1 o'clock, and I'll remind them. By the way, we beat Beaver in April on opening day, and it's important for us to remember what we can do as opposed to be reminded what we can't do.
Well, maybe need a little snow. Maybe Miggy will hit a home run. You know how that goes.
Miggy's not playing, but maybe my first thing is the day game after a night game. I'm giving them the day off, so we're going to need something else. Other than Miggy hit a home run there.
Jacoby Jones got sent down. Victor Reyes up. Not to get into the details about that, I do want to ask, though, is that a message that's being sent to some of these players that, hey, you guys don't get it together? We do have guys that can come up. I know Daz Cameron's starting to hit the ball a little bit. You guys got to produce, or you're going to go somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to use Jacoby as necessarily the message for the entire team. I think the overall theme and overall feel and culture we're trying to build is there is accountability. This is a level where you have to produce, and when you do have options, and those options are playing well. Look, 2 weeks ago, we sent Victor Reyes down and said, listen, you've got to find a way to be an offensive threat again. He goes down, he hits over 1,000, hits 400. With reports from Tom Prince, our AAA manager, very positive. At the same time, Jacoby's trending down in the wrong direction. He wasn't really getting out of his own funk. So we made the move. I don't want the shuttle system back and forth between Toledo and here. It sometimes needs to be used in order to reward, performance at the AAA level, and also, a message, so to speak, or an adjustment that needs to be made. Sure, it wasn't the case with Jacoby. We just can't have a 40% strikeout rate and have him not be able to be productive on both sides of the ball. It's not punitive. It's just big. You have to find a way to be productive.
And you mentioned culture, you mentioned accountability, and one thing that I've noticed this year, in whether it's post-game interviews or when your guys are interviewed, and we heard this from Derek Holland last night, there's ups and downs throughout the course of a season. And he mentioned that, hey, you guys are knocking on the door and soon you're going to kick it down. How do you keep that feeling in the clubhouse of, hey, we're close, we just have to keep chipping away, and whatever analogy you want to use, how do you keep that feeling in the clubhouse?
Well, it started in spring. Just how we talk about the game, how we think, how we react to success, to failure, the expectation that we're professionals. We need to show up every day with the expectation to win. It's not a tri-bar league. It's not one that you can just fake it. There's a different level of accountability to one another, and that will help produce that. I didn't know until yesterday after he was quoted that way. Our PR staff let me know what he said, and I do like that vibe that you can't just concede to what your record is today. You have a responsibility to play well. And we do address things, pretty directly. We're throwing a lot of stuff at these guys because we're trying to raise the bar here to not just develop and not just try hard and not just play the English Dion and play. We're here to win, and we might not do it every time. We're certainly not doing it enough. But our approach is going to be a winning mindset, and I'm going to make sure that that's the case while I'm here.
You got the Yankees coming in this weekend after today's game. The timing is awful because after the Yankee series, the next time you guys come back home, you can fill the park now. So you knew the Yankees would be a big attendance weekend, and unfortunately it can't be this weekend.
Yeah, I am happy we're just able to target a date where we can have more fans in the stands, get a good group in to watch us. I mean, it's funny, you watch us on TV, and I don't understand the country country any more than anybody else around here. There's places that are already packed, there's places that aren't. The fact that we have a target date to get more fans in the stands and feel a little bit of normalcy, I'll take that, given no matter what the opponent is. The Yankees do travel. It's always an exciting series when they're in town. We'll just have to find a way to beat them in front of a lesser crowd.
All right. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
All right. That's AJ Hinch here on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, guys, nobody wants to lose their hair, right? So when you start noticing your hair is thinning or that bald spot is appearing a little bit more than usual, it can be quite devastating. But I've got some great news for anybody who's been feeling, a little self-conscious about their hair loss. Michigan's #1 hair restoration specialist, Dr. Berkowitz from Michigan Hair Restoration, has this amazing limited time offer specifically for you. So for a limited time, when you call to set up your in-person consultation and you mention 97.1, you'll actually receive $1,000 off retail price plus 0% financing on your hair restoration procedure. That's huge. I don't know if you heard that. That's $1,000 off and 0% financing. So it's a deal you don't want to miss. And Dr. B, he has over 25 years of experience, and he can help you look younger and just feel more confident about yourself with the most advanced hair restoration techniques available. So if you want to get to know a little bit more about Dr. B's one-of-a-kind NeoGraft transplant, or maybe you just want to get some information on hair loss and restoration, you can go and download his book. Dr. B has a book. It's called No Hair. Of course, that's KNOW hair, because he knows everything about hair, and it's available at MichiganHairRestoration.com. So just remember, you deserve to feel better about yourself, feel more confident, and today is a great day to start doing that. So schedule your in-person consultation today. Take advantage of Dr. B's great limited time offer, and just call and make sure you say Heather sent you.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ 950 AM Traffic Center, continuing to monitor this crash along westbound 696 just before DeQuinder. Left lane and shoulder blocks. Traffic backups continue to mound. Traffic through this area moving less than 25 miles per hour. Traffic slow along 275 northbound between Joy Road and 5 Mile. That due to road work blocking the left lane. This work is expected to last until 3 p.m. Try using Haggerty as an alternate. Traffic slow in the work zone 75 south between Maple and 11 Mile, moving less than 30 miles per hour here. Try taking Stevenson Highway as an alternate. As well, 75 north between 696 and 13 Mile. Heavier traffic through this area as well. I'm Tracy McCaskill with the traffic.
Making better bets, bet smarter, and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances.
This is Boomer Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by Cordell & Cordell, Fair Divorce for Men. Visit dadsdivorce.com. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell. In his 15-year Astros career, the slugging first baseman who calls himself a kid from Connecticut clouded 449 homers and drove in 1,529 runs. But what he has done lately is equally noteworthy. This past October, the four-time All-Star decided to publicly share his problems with alcohol addiction in hopes of helping the teenage alcoholics and substance abusers who are struggling to turn their lives around at Archway Academy, the only sober high school in Houston. Bagwell, who claims he hasn't had a drink since October 17, 2017, said it hit me like a ton of bricks when he attended a school ceremony and watched as 65 of the 70 students there stepped forward to acknowledge having attempted suicide. So have a happy and sober 53rd birthday, Bags, and that's a great job by you. I'm Boomer Science.
Welcome to AutoZone. Oh, dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email, so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report, backed by the most robust database of technician solutions. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy,
luck. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 800-270-7117. 21 and over. Michigan only. Wager paid out in site credits. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions.
Gordon Chevrolet, where you pick out the vehicle you would love to drive and receive a worksheet with 18 different purchase and lease payments for you to choose from. With Gordon Chevrolet, you can receive cash back of up to 21% off MSRP on select models, and you can still receive all of your employee discounts. Best of all, Gordon Chevrolet has a great selection of inventory to choose from. So pull ahead your current lease and buy or lease a new Chevrolet from Gordon Chevrolet. Come home to Gordon Chevrolet on Ford Road, just west of Beerman in Garden City. Gordon Chevrolet.
Playoff basketball is here. Hey, it's Jeff Rager. Before you bet on any of the postseason games, you need to check out BetQL. BetQL analyzes every game to help you make the smartest possible bets. Sometimes the spread is off by a few points or the total is way too high or low. BetQL finds those opportunities so you can take advantage and cash in. Are you ready to win more consistently? Visit BetQL.com and use promo code TICKET. 20% off. That's 20% off with promo code TICKET at BetQL.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Call Hall Financial and get pre-approved for your new home today. We're even going to connect you with a top realtor in your area. At Hall Financial, our goal is to get you into your new home as quick and as easy as possible. Get started now. Go to DavidHallMortgage.com.
Breaking news on 97.1 The Ticket, powered by Office Scene and presented by BetQL. Become a better sports bettor. Get smarter to beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today.
The Detroit Tigers host the Cleveland Indians. Pre-game today at 12:50. 97.1 The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
All right, 97.1 The Ticket. Thanks to AJ Hinch for joining us. Providing some very good insight and some honesty. It's nice to hear from
These parts?
Yes, indeed. Carson Anderson's show is coming up next. Both are in the studio, and I don't know if Gator has seen it yet, but Doug just saw it for the first time. He's checking out on Stoney and Jansen on Heather, with Heather on the air. Heather, Twitter page. Drowning out Heather laughing. Sorry, Heather. They want to put you in that position, literally.
Keep laughing, please.
Yes, it's the video of
Tomorrow it'll be the Jansen and Heather show.
Show is taking a turn. Heather, have you seen the new contract? Did you sign it? Your agents worked out something I'm not sure you agreed to.
The video we're talking about is the streaker from the Washington Nationals green out yesterday.
The picture of him crawling out of the tarp, the tarp tooth he is so happy. That guy is so happy.
Gator hasn't seen it.
No, he will, I'm sure. But I'm impressed with his enthusiasm for his job. I was about to say, like, it's his job. He's so happy.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, I was mentioning earlier in the show how much I stopped in the parking lot where I was going to go have lunch yesterday until you finished your game.
Oh my God.
Have you come up with a name for it yet, though?
I don't know. It's kind of Kank's call, but
Right.
I think it's either going to be, it's down to 3, and these were suggestions from the listeners. It's either going to be called 3-2-1, Step Brothers, or
only if you have a drum.
Or Karate in the Garage. And also from the movie Step Brothers, in the same scene in Step Brothers. I love them all. We'll figure it out. We'll get it all produced up, and we will do it again soon. In fact, we want to do it like Gator and I versus YouTube.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey.
And then dare we Gator and I versus Mike and Rico.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Can you imagine how mad they're going to get at each other? And additionally, there's 2 things that happened yesterday that probably were the odds, but both Foster and John Lawyer came up with answers.
John Lawyer was incredible.
That was,
and how nobody mentioned Keith Appley. He was in the news.
Right, I know. We
probably steered clear.
It's funny because it just came to me. Because I didn't say Tum Tum. I mean, we had a chance to say Tum Tum.
Yeah.
Because one of the topics was Michigan State
Gator and I.
Yeah,
having a
it was
keg.
good.
We'll do it again. This one. Yeah, it was nice. Surprised how well.
On tomorrow's edition of the Stoney and Jansen program, as you know, we try to do an actor and actress, their favorite role. I put up on Twitter. Tomorrow's going to be Joe Pesci.
Some great ones.
Yes.
Some really good ones. And some great lines.
Yes. You know, his resume is not that great because he took a decade off here or there for roles. But the ones he does have, like the 6 or 7, really, really
Oh, yeah, they're iconic roles.
Yes, absolutely. What do you guys got going today?
Big news in Detroit. We'll talk about it right out of the gate, and it leads us into a topic of getting upset with your partner. We'll explain at 10:20.
Oh, short and show today. Congratulations. 97 won the ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
First with sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 8th inning would score Nico Goodrum with the game's only run as the Tigers shut out the Cleveland Indians 1-0 last night at Comerica Park. That win ends a 4-game losing skid for the Tigers. Phil Mickelson makes it official today. He's committed to play in this year's Rocket Mortgage Classic, which begins July 1st at the Detroit Golf Club. I had a chance to speak earlier today about Mickelson's commitment with Jason Langwell, the executive director of the Rocket Mortgage Classic.
Well, we've been having conversations with Phil. I mean, even going back to last year, he wanted to come. The schedule changed. They required a sponsor obligation for him. And he's wanted to come back. He told us right after that, say, look, I'm coming next year. But you always wait, right? Because there's a lot of things that can happen in a player's schedule and life over the course of a year.
Hunter Dickinson confirms last night he's entered his name into this year's NBA draft and has, at least for right now, left the Michigan basketball program. I say right now because Dickinson is signing with an NCAA certified agent, which means he can return to the Wolverines next season if he decides to pull his name from the draft. Terrible scene last night in Philadelphia as a fan dumped popcorn on the Wizards' Russell Westbrook while he was leaving the game with an ankle injury in the fourth quarter. Afterwards, Westbrook, who needed to be restrained by security from going after the fan, called on the NBA to do a better job of protecting its players.
Obviously, I've learned to kind of look the other way, but after a certain extent, you can't just keep looking the other way. There has to be some penalties or something to put in place where fans can't just come to the games and do and say as they please, because they wouldn't do that anywhere else, any other setting. And I'm sick and tired of it, honestly.
At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Doug Bosch.
I think about, hey, that's what's coming up in 5 minutes.
Peter Anderson.
That teases his wife. It's in a totally different way.
On 97.1 The Ticket.
I'm Coach Scott Anderson, 97.1 The Ticket. We got Tiger baseball coming up this afternoon. The Tigers wrap up the series with Cleveland, then they got the Yankees, and then they go on the road, and then they come home to what could be a full stadium. We'll see indeed if the people do want to make it a full stadium, but it could be a full stadium. And I would imagine that the Tigers will come up with some sort of second opening day. And it might, we discussed whether they should do it right away or wait a few weeks to allow people to get more comfortable with being back in stadium environments and atmospheres, where I think at least packed stadium environments and atmospheres. You look at the games now as they're televised, and smattering of fans here and there, but you're ready to sit next to somebody right in front of you, right behind you. Well, we shall see. Hopefully soon we all will be, and the numbers will dictate that that's the case. Nice win last night for them, 1-0 over Cleveland in a game that just saw them scratch out a very fundamental game, Gator, with good starting pitching, good defense, good relief pitching, and then a manufactured run.
That was a great win. Earlier in the day, you get the reports that Al Avila at the Economic Club meeting had called out
He's bragging.
The defense.
He's bragging about his staff, though.
Sure, but he basically called out the defense and the bullpen. Praised the starting pitching, but specifically the defense and the bullpen. And last night, those are two of the key reasons why they were able to do what they did. So I don't know if the players listened or not, but hey, there was a response, and it was a good response. And it was nice to see because, this team, this is not the same team we've been watching for years. This team runs more, and we're kind of liking the starting pitching at this point. it's not just the execution of the bunt, but he's like, we talked to Jake Rogers back in spring training. We're going to ask you to bunt more, and sure enough, he gets the opportunity and comes through. And how much pressure that puts on the next guy, Robbie Grossman, to make sure you put the ball in play to drive the run home, and they did. And he goes back to the play early in the game with the play from Akil Baddoo to relay to Nico Goodrum to Jake Rogers to nail the player at the plate. And I was thinking to myself, how weird it sounds. Like, this is 4 years ago, and you're driving around in your car and you're listening to the Tigers manager, A.J. Hinch, first of all, it's going to be weird. And then he's talking about a relay play from Akil Baddoo to Nico Goodrum to Jake Rogers. You're like, what the hell are these guys? Obviously, we know because of moves have been made, but nonetheless, it sounded kind of funny, and I'm glad it did.
Yeah. So anyway, Tigers with a nice win, and we'll get into some Tiger stuff as the day goes on. Welcome to those of you watching on the Twitch feed, where you can see inside the studio. One thing we discovered yesterday as we played 3-2-1 or Jinx or Step Brothers or whatever we're calling it is the people on Twitch really enjoyed it. So when we do it again, we encourage you. But there's a lot of stuff where you can see mostly Gators' reactions to various things. On the Twitch feed, go to twitch.tv and search up 971 The Ticket. You can also read some of your comments there from the streaming chat. So welcome to those of you watching on Twitch. Also welcome those on the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Take the show anywhere with you on your mobile device and on your desktop or laptop, 971theticket.com. You can stream through our website as well. I bring this up every day because more and more people are liking the convenience of this, and more people are doing it. So just other ways you can take in 97.1 The Ticket and all the talk shows here. So also you can follow us on Twitter at DunGator971. Speaking of Twitter, Gator, yesterday in the middle of our show, there was breaking news that excited you a lot, and that was about the Match 2.0. You don't have to be a golfer necessarily to be interested in this, and last year I found listening to golf compelling on the radio for the first time ever, because I was driving back from up north when the Match 1.0 was taking place. That was Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning versus Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady in a golf 18-hole format in which they were mic'd up. You could hear them talk. There were a couple side bets, but it was mostly just interesting to hear the banter back and forth. And there was announcers and all that, but it was surprisingly entertaining made-for-television event. And they have just announced the second one. And the second one will once again be Phil and Tom Brady. Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady, this time versus Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers, which is like ripped out of the headlines. And they put this thing together. It's almost as if they looked at the headlines on Monday and said, Aaron Rodgers said Sunday night on ESPN that what the problem was with the Packers, and really implied that he's not going back there. And Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, their spat continues to be public.
Yeah, so great.
With Koepka MFing Bryson DeChambeau as he walked behind him during an interview, rolling his eyes, losing his train of thought, and saying, sorry, I can't believe I have to listen to that BS. And it's like they ripped those two from the headlines. DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers paired them together, and they're in the Match 2.0. Yesterday, it got more interesting.
Yes,
because when they announced that Aaron Rodgers was playing with Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka tweeted at Aaron Rodgers, sorry, bro.
Because he's got to
play with Bryson DeChambeau. And then I didn't see where DeChambeau said what he said next. Was it also on social media?
Yeah.
He said, I'm living rent-free.
He replied to the tweet, I believe, yeah.
I am living rent-free in Brooks Koepka's head.
Yeah.
I mean, I almost feel like this might be all fake. It might all be WWE, but it's not. Like, they really don't like each other.
I don't think they like each other. And I think it's fantastic for golf. And here's my major concern with this. I think the PGA is going to put a stop.
I hope not. I really, if the PGA is smart, do not do it.
Golf is very uppity.
What?
They don't want anybody to have any fun. Sure, they've warmed up a little bit over the years, but something like this, they're going to put a stop.
Yeah.
Because they don't want this to get any uglier than, I don't know if it's gotten ugly, but I mean, when you've got one golfer who's swearing about another guy who walks behind him and making a loud noise with his cleats, and I'm sorry, up with that BS and all that, that golf doesn't like that. They want to
promote the golfers.
Golf is dumb.
They don't.
Let's call it what it is. Golf is dumb. Let this thing play out. Let it go.
I wish they would. I wish they would embrace it. You know, I hope the Golf Channel does a whole special on Brooks versus Bryson.
I hope
where it began.
I hope this is a 30 for 30 in years, like Brooks
next
versus
week.
Bryson.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be great. But it got us to thinking in the office. Who is the most annoying guy or girl you've ever had to play around a golf with? Now that Aaron Rodgers has to play with Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka tweets at Aaron Rodgers and says, "Sorry, bro. Is there anyone that stands out as the most annoying person you ever had to play golf with?" Because I got so annoyed with someone, I kind of blew up on them at the 17th green up north at Little Traverse Bay. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh, yeah, because it's no longer
It's
there.
no longer there. But
No, it's a like hiking trail,
Preserve.
nature preserve or something. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'd had enough. But can somebody come top of mind, or are you gonna have to think about this?
Well, I mean, there's a couple like on the mind that I don't want to mention because I just don't want to mention. But I played in a foursome with a guy who, in the pre-shot routines, can just be way over the top.
Tell you what, let's hold on to it because we're up against the clock. We'll get your guy, my guy, and others. And maybe it's not. It doesn't have to be a golfer. It could be a bowler. It could be somebody you played pickup basketball with. Where that guy who was participating with you.
Oh, I've got a great story.
All right, good. You just couldn't stand him.
Yep.
The way Koepka implied that Aaron Rodgers is going to feel about DeChambeau. 248-539-9797. We'll get to our stories. Want to hear yours? It's Carson Anderson, 97.1.
There's never been a better time to find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Right now, new customers have a chance to win $100 in free bets when they place a $1 moneyline wager on any NBA playoff game. If either team hits a three-pointer in the game, you'll win $100 regardless of your bet's outcome. Just use bonus code GATOR100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. And get ready to turn the playoffs into payoffs. Sign up now and discover BetMGM's boosted odds specials, daily promotions, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code GATOR100 to win $100 in free bets if a three-pointer is made in any NBA playoff game. It's always showtime at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid in free bets, must be 21 years or older, Michigan only. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. This excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
Attention Metro Detroit Ram buyers. Get to Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and More for the Ram Spotlight Sales Event. Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram and Award has over 100 Rams in stock and ready to go. You can lease a well-equipped 2021 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for only $159 per month. That's right. Lease a Ram Bighorn 4x4, only $159 per month. Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge has Metro Detroit's largest selection of Ram inventory. Lease a 2021 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab 4x4 with all the toys for only $269 per month. That's right. Drive a loaded Ram Laramie, only $269 per month. There's only one place to go for the best selection, price, and sales experience. It's Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram. Worried about credit? Forget it. We approve almost everyone. 0% financing for up to 84 months is available on select models. Get either demo savings up to $13,500. These deals are only available at Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge. Located on Van Dyke Avenue, just north of 696 in Warren, or VanDykeDodge.com. This is Ron Leslie, $29.95 to explain what released to the top tier right after the record.
Spilled your drink? Quick, the Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading value brand. So you can get back to the party.
Jess's 30-minute bike boot camp? I guess it's that kind of day.
Are you ready for a total body workout, Peloton fam?
I am.
We'll start the class on the bike and then move to the floor. Let's get it.
With Peloton instructors right in your home,
Are you feeling it yet? Let's keep pushing for 5.
you have motivation that's ready when you are.
Clip off that bike and meet me on the mat for lunges.
I got this.
You showed up today, Peloton. Who's feeling sweaty and strong?
Definitely me.
Tap into your motivation at onepeloton.com.
Starting Stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas. Home of Detroit sports in Vegas. There are no sweeter sounds. Hear the game. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
Coach Scott Anderson, 97 The Ticket. Tigers won 1-0 last night. Some interesting comments after the game we'll get to today. I don't know if it was after or before, actually. But we'll get to it. He said yesterday. Let's go with yesterday. We'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour. Dana Hustle's found something that I'm going to get to in the 11 o'clock hour you'll find funny. Oh. Remember yesterday you talked about your big giant gaping hole?
No, you said my big giant gaping hole, and I looked at the camera here and I'm thinking, what are you doing? But then I tried to embrace my big giant gaping hole, wide giant gaping hole.
Which was what?
It was the hole that I don't even think it was. I said the Tigers have a big wide gaping hole in their system at shortstop. They don't have a player that's ready to step up and be the guy at short.
Guess what I found? A website that predicted every team starting shortstop next year.
Mm-hmm.
Including the Tigers.
Okay, well, it's a free agent.
Because, well, it's a heck of a free agent class, let me tell you.
Oh.
We'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour. In the meantime, we were discussing this, like we said, open lines, but we were discussing the match 2.0, Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson versus Aaron Rodgers and Bryson DeChambeau. And immediately Brooks Koepka tweets at Aaron Rodgers, sorry, bro, because Brooks and DeChambeau have a rivalry. The snooty, rich Range Rover Country Club kids fighting, and yet it's entertaining as hell. But who is the worst playing partner you've ever had? Really, in any sport. It doesn't have to be golf. It doesn't have to. It could be bowling. It could be pickup basketball. It could be a softball teammate. Somebody that just drove you nuts. But I got a golf one. Gator, you were describing a golf one before the break, a pre-shot routine issue.
Yeah, definitely. There's a pre-shot routine guy in our foursome one time, and he wasn't very good either, which makes it worse. When this guy is taking all the time in the world, he's got the waggle that takes forever. Then he stops because I think the wind picked up. I mean, it's like are you messing with us right now? Because I'm not believing what I'm seeing. That you're still doing it. It's like the commercial with Ricky Fowler and all the guys are waiting. Well, go ahead and play through, and the guys like get down into the stands where they're checking it from eye level on the ground and the whole bit. And this guy is doing similar things to that, and then he finally swings, and it's like, hey, he duffed it off to the right. No way. And it's a whole round like that, and what should be, a 4.5 hour round ends up being a 5.5 hour round because this guy. And then when it ends up being after 5 holes that you're backed up, you're the cause of the backup, and there's like 2 other groups ready to go off, and I don't know what to say.
I lose it with cheating guy.
Sure.
But I really lose it if I'm struggling. I go sit down in the cart and I write down needs. Did you get 7? No. This is the line that always comes. Give me a 6.
Give me. Oh.
Give me a bogey. Give me a par. What does gimme mean? What did you get? Don't get that I know. That I know. And one year I was really struggling.
Because you're keeping score. It's a tournament, right?
This time it was, yes. But it doesn't even matter. If I'm struggling, whether we're just playing for fun or we're in some sort of tournament format or playing for dinner or something like that, then it really gets under my skin. But I struggle quite frequently. But there's one thing I'm adamant about is keeping track of my real score, and it's because I always have to bite the bullet. I remember early saying, "How am I ever going to know if I get better? How am I ever going to know when I get better if all I'm doing is writing down numbers on